As a conductor trainee, you're going to have to do a few different processes in order to get qualified and certified as a conductor. And one of them is hanging an end of train device. You'll also have to complete a car inspection and you'll have to complete an A6 brake test. But let's start with EOTD. So all trains have to have an end of train marker when they're operating on the main line. Now, it won't always be an EOTD. It could be a red disc, a white disc, anything like that. But the EOTD replaced the caboose, the big red car on the back of all trains after the 70s, and all the personnel inside it too, unfortunately. But advanced EOTDs actually provide a lot of information now. It'll give you air pressure, it'll give you brake pressure, speed, defects, and even the location via GPS through a receiver. And all of this info is relayed to the HOTD, or the head of train device, which is monitored by the engineer and also the folks that are looking at your train. So the units connect wirelessly. And when you're attaching an EOTD, it's done in a specific way. If you watch this video, this gentleman is taking care of that for you. So when you're attaching the EOTD, you're going to walk it over and it'll connect directly into the knuckle. There's a little grab iron that's in the side of it, and there's a silver bar that you'll actually twist, and that'll lock it in place. After you do that, you'll connect the brake line, and then you'll open the angle cock to let air into that end of train device. When you do that, you'll hear a loud whirring sound. There's a generator in there, and that'll start kicking it into gear. And to connect this EOTD to the front of the train, to the head of the train, you'll contact your engineer over the radio, and you'll give them a set of numbers that are printed on the side of that EOTD. Once you give that to them, that'll let you know whether it's speaking with each other. And in order to do that, you'll press a black button, and that's what this gentleman is taking care of. When that's done, your engineer will let you know, yes, everything's speaking to each other. This is the pressure I have reading currently on the HOTD. You'll confirm by looking at the display on your unit, and you want to make sure that that's above 75 PSI. If it's below 75, chances are what's happened is your three-step protection is still in place, and you need to release the air portion of the three-step protection in order to get it above that 75 PSI. After that's completed, you'll want to complete a dump test, which will essentially allow you to get down to 0 PSI by dumping the air that's in that EOTD, and sometimes the last car, depending on the situation. When you complete the dump test, it's done through proper communication. When you get into your communications class, when you go to McDonough, they'll walk you through that process, and they'll also walk you through hanging this EOTD and what that brake system actually looks like. There's an entire platform with cars that have been put together that have clear plexiglass on the front, so you can watch the brakes release, you can watch them apply, you can watch the digital display on the head of the train device and the EOTD. Hope this helps.